I was rescued from town in Nairobi. I was living in the streets because of problems at home with my mom. We didn't agree in some parts, and so I went to the streets. Probably I came here and I found many guys here. I was talked to go back at home and talk to my mom, but I was not good with that, and so I decided to just stay here. But through time, I started recollecting all the things that I have done, and each and every thing that I have done to my mom, each and every bad things, and I decided to go back at home. And right now I'm planning to go at home permanently this week, probably on Sunday, and I hope that the Lord will bless me and help me to agree with my mom. My mom many of the times didn't want me to socialize with the big boys at our homestead, and I didn't like that, but I came to realize that my mom wanted what best for me. So because many of the boys were thieves, many of the boys were they had bad manners, they didn't agree with their parents, and I wanted to socialize with them, and that's what my mom didn't want me to do. Also, I wanted to have a chance and play football because I like football, but my mom didn't like that. But when we went at home, we talked to my mom, and he eventually allowed me to play football.
The vision of Nyumba ya Tumaini is to ensure that every street child has been rescued from the streets, they have been rehabilitated, they have been reconnected, reintegrated back to their families, and resocialized back to their families and communities sustainably.
Our model is making sure that these children goes back home within a short period of time. The government also advocate for these children to be supported while at the family. The maximum period we can take with the child here is 6 months.
When I left home, I think it was on a Thursday, I just walked. It was about 4 p.m. I just walked from our home up to town. I didn't have any money to board a matatu. I walked from home and went to town, got into the busy soko called Mudurwa, and I looked for somebody whom I can carry for him, maybe his goods, so that I can find money, but I didn't find one. And so I just sat down somewhere and saw some of the street boys who were passing there. Many of them were small, and so I called one of them and I asked him where he usually sleeps. And so he took me there, and he was actually my friend until the time I was rescued, because he is the one who showed me where to sleep. He showed me how to beg some money, and so I adapted the life there until the time I was rescued. This young boy, he was actually called Peter. He showed me where to sleep, and I told him to take me there, and he took me there and showed me a very long corridor where it was very dusty, but because of that life in the street, I just said yes to that place. And that night, when we went to sleep, we found many street boys lined up, and I was very heartbroken to see those many boys there. But I just slept there, and the next morning he showed me how to make some money through begging. I begged, but I was actually shy because I was somehow tall, and begging it didn't make sense because many people told me, go and find a job, go back to school, what are you doing here? Because I was clean, my clothes were clean. And so immediately, because of those things, I went, changed my clothes, found those dirty clothes there, and I started wearing them so that at least it will be easy for me to get some money. But after that, we continued with my friend. Many of the times we were not together because I had already learned how to beg money from people. And so the day I was rescued, he was not actually with me. He was somewhere else. I don't know where he used to go, but he was somewhere else. I didn't spend much time with him because he used to use drugs, he used to use bang, and so I didn't talk with him for long. So that made me to not be with him on the day that I was rescued. But I don't think if he is in the street right now, because I left him arranging on how he'll go back to Kisumu to his parents. I actually had two bases. One of them was in Mudhurwa, in a place called Mount Kenya, where there was a very long corridor. Another one was in near the National Treasury, the National Bank. There is a parking there called Skater. That's but that place is an open place. That is where we used to spend our night. But I didn't spend my night there for long because we were attacked by policemen there, because it is just an open place. Yeah. So many of the times I used to spend my night in Mudhurwa, in my base called Mount Kenya. I like to say that I was really sorry for what I did to my mom. I left there. I know that my mom was really stressed up looking for me, but I was really sorry for that, and I hope that when I go home, it will be a good start for me. I will go back, socialize one again, reunion with my mom and my sister. East or West, home is the best.